Today, I'm going to blow your mind with Google's newest NotebookLM update that nobody's talking about. They just dropped something called featured notebooks, and it's absolutely insane. We're talking about instant access to expert content from The Economist, The Atlantic, and best-selling authors for free. This changes everything about how you research and learn. And I'm about to show you exactly how to use it to get smarter, faster than ever before. Look, I've been using Notebook LM, and this update is different. This isn't just another AI tool getting a small feature. This is Google turning Notebook LM into something that could replace how you consume information forever. Google just partnered with some of the biggest names in publishing: The Economist, The Atlantic, best-selling authors like Eric Topol and Arthur Brooks. And they created something called featured notebooks. These aren't just random documents. These are curated collections of expert knowledge that you can interact with in ways that have never been possible before. Here's what makes this insane. You don't just read this content. You talk to it, you ask it questions, you get answers with citations, and the AI creates podcasts from it automatically. I'm talking about longevity advice from Eric Topol, the guy who wrote Super Agers. Expert predictions for 2025 from The Economist's annual World Ahead report. Life advice from Arthur Brooks, How to Build a Life, columns in The Atlantic. But here's where it gets crazy. They also included the complete works of William Shakespeare, a science guide to Yellowstone National Park, and parenting advice based on actual psychology research. And this is just the beginning. Google says they're adding more featured notebooks every month with additional collections from The Economist and The Atlantic. Let me explain why this is such a big deal. Before this update, you had to find your own sources. You had to upload your own documents. You had to curate your own content. Now Google has done all the heavy lifting for you. They've partnered with world-class experts and publications to create ready-to-use notebooks filled with high-quality information. Want to learn about longevity from one of the world's leading experts? It's already there. Want to understand what's coming in 2025 from The Economist's best analysts? Ready to go. Want life advice from Arthur Brooks, who writes for The Atlantic? Available instantly. Each featured notebook comes with pre-generated audio overviews. These sound like podcasts where two AI hosts discuss the content, but you can also ask questions, explore specific topics, and get answers with citations pointing back to the original sources. You can use the mind maps feature to see how ideas connect visually. You can create study guides, briefing documents, and FAQs, all based on expert content that would normally cost you hundreds or thousands of dollars to access. And here's the crazy part, it's all completely free. Here's exactly what you can do with these featured notebooks. Go to notebooklm.google.com and click on the Featured Notebooks tab. You'll see collections from The Economist, The Atlantic, and other expert partners. Click on any notebook that interests you. Let's say you pick The Economist's 2025 predictions. You can read the original articles from their World Ahead report. But here's where it gets interesting. You can ask the AI specific questions about the content. What does The Economist think will happen to AI regulation in 2025? How will the economy change next year? The AI gives you detailed answers with citations. You can generate an audio overview that turns the content into a podcast discussion. Two AI hosts will talk about the key points like they're on a talk show. And you can listen to this while walking, driving, or working out. But here's the part that blew my mind. You can join these podcast conversations. While the AI hosts are talking, you can interrupt and ask questions. It's like having a personal conversation with experts who have read everything about the topic. You can also create mind maps that show how different ideas connect visually. The AI breaks down complex topics into visual networks that help you understand relationships between concepts. Let me show you what's available right now. The World Ahead 2025 with 70 sources. This is the Economist's comprehensive analysis of what's coming next year. Economics, politics, technology, global trends, everything you need to know about 2025. Secrets of the Super Agers with 17 sources. This contains expert insights on healthy aging and living longer from leading longevity researchers. Quarter 1 earnings. Reports for top 50 corporations with 91 sources. This is massive. Financial data and analysis from the biggest companies in the world. Perfect for investors and business strategists. Parenting advice for the digital age with 21 sources. Psychology based guidance for raising kids in our technology driven world. How to Build a Life from the Atlantic with 46 sources. This is Arthur Brooks's life advice columns focused on well being, happiness, and building a meaningful life. William Shakespeare, The Complete Plays with 44 sources. Every play the bard ever wrote, ready for AI powered exploration and analysis. The Science Fan's Guide to Visiting Yellowstone with 17 sources, geological explanations, biodiversity insights, and everything you need to understand this natural wonder. And trends in health, wealth, and happiness. Long term data and analysis on human well being from leading research institutions. And they're adding more every month. Google confirmed they'll continue expanding the collection with additional content from The Economist, The Atlantic, and new partners. This changes how we consume expert knowledge forever. Instead of buying books, courses, or expensive reports, you get direct access to expert insights through an AI interface that can answer your specific questions. Instead of reading hundreds of pages to find what you need, you can ask targeted questions and get immediate answers with citations. Instead of struggling to understand complex topics, you can listen to AI generated podcasts that break everything down in simple terms. And instead of forgetting what you've learned, you can create personalized study materials, quizzes, and visual maps that help you retain the information. This is like having personal access to the world's top experts, available 24/7, completely free. Now, if you want to take your AI game to the next level, you need to check out my AI Success Lab. I've got over 100 use cases showing you exactly how to use tools like NotebookLM to grow your business. There are SOPs, processes, and video tutorials for everything. We've got 14,000 members already, and they're getting results fast. The link is in the comments and description. Now, featured notebooks are just the beginning. Most people don't realize that NotebookLM has been this powerful all along. You can create your own notebooks with any content you want. Let me show you what else you can do with NotebookLM that most people have no idea about. You can upload YouTube videos, Google Docs, PDFs, audio files, web pages, whatever you want. The AI processes all of this content and lets you interact with it in the same way as the featured notebooks. Here's something that'll blow your mind. You can create audio overviews from any content you upload. The AI generates podcast style discussions between two hosts about your documents. But here's the crazy part, you can interrupt these conversations and ask questions. While the AI hosts are discussing your content, you can jump in and say, wait, can you explain that part about sales objections? And they'll respond directly to you. You can share any notebook you create with your team or make it completely public.
Oh, absolutely. We'd love to dive deeper into that.
You just hit on the core of what makes this document so fascinating.
Mike's AI Forge is built on this foundation of clear operating procedures.
It's all about making their content engine run smoothly and strategically.
And their future goals are definitely tied into those structured processes.
They want to be the leading hands-on resource for developers and tech enthusiasts in AI.
Over 140,000 public notebooks have been created since this feature launched. I create training notebooks for new hires. I generate audio overviews they can listen to like podcasts. I share the links with my team so they can access everything from anywhere. You can also customize everything. Change the response style from conversational to analyst to PhD level. Adjust response length, create custom personas for specific use cases, and you can generate everything in 35 different languages. Need training materials in Spanish? No problem. Want a French version of your research? Done. The Mind Maps feature works with any content you upload, not just featured notebooks. Upload your business documents, and the AI creates visual maps showing how different concepts connect. I uploaded our entire sales process, and the AI created a mind map showing how discovery, objection handling, closing, and follow up all connect. My team can see the big picture instead of just individual steps. Think about market research. Instead of spending days reading reports, you upload them to NotebookLM and have conversations about what they mean for your business. Think about competitor analysis. Upload your competitors' content and ask the AI to identify their strategies and weaknesses. Think about training your team. Create notebooks. With your company knowledge, generate audio overviews they can listen to like podcasts. Let new hires ask questions to get up to speed faster. Think about customer support. Create notebooks with your product documentation and FAQs. Your support team can get instant answers with citations. You can even create quizzes and study materials from your training content. The AI automatically generates test questions based on what you upload. Your team can quiz themselves to make sure they actually learned the material. Now, if you're a power user or running a business, there is Notebook LM Plus. This gives you 5 times more audio overviews, notebooks, and sources per notebook. You can customize the style and tone of everything the AI creates. You can create shared notebooks for your team with usage analytics, and you get enterprise level security and support. But even the free version is incredibly powerful. You get 20 sources per notebook and 100 audio overviews per month, which is more than most people will ever need. Google isn't slowing down. Video overviews are rolling out soon. Instead of just audio, the AI will create visual presentations from your documents. Think of it like having the AI turn your research into a TED talk. They also launched mobile apps for Android and iOS. Now you can access all these features from your phone. You can listen to audio overviews offline and add sources by sharing web pages directly to NotebookLM. This is Google's play to own the research and learning space, and they're winning. This Notebook LM update with featured notebooks is a game changer. You get instant access to expert knowledge from The Economist, The Atlantic, and best-selling authors for free. But the real power comes when you combine featured notebooks with your own content. Upload your business documents, competitor research, and industry reports. Create custom learning experiences for your team. If you're not using this, you're falling behind. Your competitors who figure this out first will have a massive advantage. The featured notebooks show you what's possible, but the full Notebook LM platform lets you apply these capabilities to your own information and business. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and again, subscribe for more videos, and thanks for watching.